everybody. How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live.
We've had so many people DMing us and leaving comments on our YouTube videos about how terrible Trombone Champ's going to do and the company's going to go bankrupt. To see it do so well on launch day was just like, you know what? That guy can kiss my ass.
You look, you lose 85 pounds, you shave your beard, you put some glasses on, people are like, oh, it's not even look like you anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck? Get fat and grow a beard, damn it.
Like, he's already biased because he didn't get what he wanted. He wanted Alien Isolation. If you want Alien Isolation, asshole, go play Alien Isolation. I very firmly believe that there's many games out there that are epically great flat games that are absolutely better in VR. Not every game. What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick, LinkedIn, Threads, Blue Sky,
Blue Jacket, the Blue Sky.
Is there any other shitty platform that we could go live to that we
I'm
could
sure
put
I
on
can
here?
find something.
I mean, I want to be able to stream to like 50 different places so we can like water down our audience as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. He's the Canadian custodian of this fine podcast. And if shit goes wrong tonight, we are going to completely blame him for everything. He's the most affable Canadian since Michael J. Fox. That would be Todd Jackson. What's going on, dude? How you doing?
Hi, diddly ho diddly. I'm doing fantastic. Another beautiful day in freezing cold Canada.
What's the temperature in Canada today? And if you give me Celsius, you're fired.
Yesterday was minus 38 Fahrenheit.
Minus 38 Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm. Today's probably closer to zero, maybe. We had to. It went up like 25 degrees overnight.
Dude, I can't even, like, I lived in the Northwest for years, like, literally, and
we never got this cold.
Winters. Like, minus 38 Fahrenheit is, like, not livable by human people. Like, you shouldn't be living where it's minus 38 degrees.
That's a quick, funny story. We have some friends from Honduras that came up she brought her kids up to Canada to see Canada for the first time, stayed with my father-in-law. And the kids, that was the first thing they said. Like, do you think God meant for people to live here?
No, because anybody with a sane mind would not live there. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Like, no, why would you do that? I mean, it was 83 degrees here today and gorgeous. No humidity. It was perfect. Like, this is like paradise. You're living in the like the North Pole. It's like
minus 8 today Fahrenheit.
Minus 8.
Yeah, so minus 36 or something yesterday. And
that's like a heat wave for you, minus 8.
I know. I mean, we were wearing shorts today. It was crazy.
Oh, man, it's insane. It's good to be back, Todd. It's been a few weeks since we've been on. We've been, everybody's running. We got things we're doing, man, like going places. And I actually went on vacation last week, Todd, so I wasn't available to do the show.
First time in I don't know how long.
Yeah, I mean, I run all over the world for work and business. But I don't take many vacations with my family.
Do nothing exactly. And it wasn't just a weekend in Disneyland. It was an actual true vacation.
Yeah, so
well earned.
So I'll tell you that, like, so I have a very tough time letting go of work. Like I for work for me, I kind of pour myself in everything, and like, when I do things, I go overboard sometimes, and I like to my detriment sometimes. I do things a little bit too much, and like sometimes you need a break, right? And it's been a long time, and like literally, I could feel the burnout coming. The people around me could feel the
You
burnout
can
coming.
almost see it happening. Yes.
Yeah, to the point where Jasmine had to message my wife and be like, "Look, Eric needs to go on vacation and get away from everybody because he's driving everybody crazy. You need to take him someplace, and then take him someplace where he can unplug." And the two of them got together, and Todd, they put me on a freaking cruise.
Yeah. No internet. Well, little internet.
I mean, this is like the worst internet in the world. Like when you go on a cruise, like you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Place for you to go. Yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to have any internet. Like, and as we got closer to the vacation, I'm like, Steph, like, no way. Like, I need to have like, you need to buy the internet package because I need to have some internet. But Todd, even some internet, the internet sucks.
Yeah. Enough that you could like check in and chime in on emails and stuff, but at least you couldn't like attend meetings and things like that. So
no, that wasn't happening.
Yeah,
It literally wasn't
good.
happening. But it was good. It was nice to get the break. It was nice to get away, for a few days. We took
Nothing
a
caught on
cruise.
fire. It was a good week.
Oh, it was all good, man.
Yep, it was good.
I hadn't been on a cruise in years either. Like I hadn't been on a cruise ship in years, and we took a quick like 5-day cruise out of Port Canaveral, which is only like a couple hours from here. Like we can drive to Port Canaveral like in 2 hours. So we drove over there, jumped on a boat. We were gone for 5 days, and we hit like the Bahamas, Grand Turks. It was pretty cool, man. It was cool to get away. Like some of the most beautiful, like crystal blue, bluish green water you've ever seen. Which I know you've seen like a lot of, like Roatan has some of the most beautiful water and beaches ever. But yeah, this actually reminded me a lot of like Honduras and Roatan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so relaxing, right? Just being in that atmosphere, you're just forced to unwind a little bit. Yeah, I love it. And the pictures you were sending me with all the drinks and the poolside, and it looked like you're having a great time. So
it was good. I had a G&T or two, maybe.
Maybe.
There was some G&Ts happening for sure. Todd, we have a good night tonight. We are back. We are better than ever. And I want to go through chat, but I want to bring in, we have a guest tonight, and I want to bring him in here because I don't want to make him wait too long. Let's bring him in here and say hi, and then we'll say hello to chat together. So welcome back to the program, Matteo 311.
Here I am. What's going on, Mark? I was doing my best to try and distract you backstage.
I made you really tiny so that I would stop watching.
I was
going to say, I couldn't even see him anymore.
I was doing whatever
playing
I
with
could.
his breasts. He was just having a great old time in the corner.
Yep, I was flexing.
Mateo, how are you doing, man? How's things going?
I'm living the dream, man. Nah, things are good. It's not minus 39 cold here, but it's also stupid cold.
That's crazy. I was about to say, you look really good, dude. We were just talking really quick.
Oh, bam!
You look good, man.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You've lost some weight recently.
Yeah, I just dropped about 20 pounds. I was not happy with myself this summer. I mean, I put on a lot of muscle, but I was just like,
you were too thick, is what you're saying.
I was a little bit too thick. Yeah.
That can happen.
So I wasn't feeling it, and for my own health, I wanted to drop the weight. And on that regard, everything is perfect. Just got all my physicals, my checkups that I normally do.
Last time I saw you in person, we were almost rushing you to the hospital. So
yeah, you were scraping me up off the floor.
Yeah, I picked him up from the floor of the airport.
Yeah.
Well, last time I saw you in person, you were looking a little bit better than that. You were accepting your Content Creator of the Year award at the VR Award.
Oh, that's true. I forgot I saw you there.
Yeah. You look good there. You look pretty good. I mean,
I don't know. I felt like I told you, it's going around in my tuxedo. I felt like fat mafia boss. That's what I felt like. I was like, this got to change. One, this needs to be fitted, and two, I need to be refitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right around the waist. Bunch of old men talking about their fat asses. Come on, let's move this show along.
No. Look, we've all had some changes. I had some changes this year. Todd's working out. He's trying to get some change. I lost, I think, almost 85 pounds since March of last year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, when it first started coming off, man, I was like, wow, what happened? But you look good.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I feel good. I feel better. I feel younger and better than I have in probably 20 years. Seriously. It's amazing how like you take care of yourself a little bit better. You change a couple of things and
Yep.
like just physically, I feel better. Like I feel more energized. I feel like I'm ready to rock and roll. Like I don't know, like when you sit behind a desk all day long and you don't get up and move, man, you got to change some things. Like things have to like you can't. It's not healthy. Number one, like you have to because again, I was working like 15, 18 hours a day just behind a desk. You don't move, and you got to move, man. You got to move. You got to get up. You got to do stuff. Yeah, and then working out. Like even Todd's working out now.
Even Todd.
Even Todd,
from
yeah.
the 51st
I used to live in the
state.
gym, and then I got hurt, and then took a bunch of years off, and got lazy and fat, and ate a bunch of food that I shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, food is fun.
Food
is fun.
Yeah.
I think it was CES where I was talking with Alpha Bravo.
Alpha bro.
Yeah, him and I had some good heart to hearts about health, and ever since then we've been talking every day, sending each other our workout plans and our accomplishments and for the day, and if we're hitting any personal records, we're sending them to each other. That's been really good.
Oh, it's
That's
like
awesome.
it's like a little like bromance you guys.
It actually helped a
Alpha Bro.
ton. Just that little bit of accountability.
Well, that's it. I'm gonna do it with Matteo now. Screw you and Alpha Bro. Me and Matteo are gonna become
I'll have you
workout bros.
jacked, man. You
Jacked
listen to
out.
me, I'll have you jacked.
We're at rock and roll.
I talk to Tech Man's my boy for that stuff. That's who I talk to.
Yeah, you still talk with Tech, right?
Yeah, we're sending nudes right now.
Right.
No, you're sending nudes back. Nice.
Yeah, well, you got to get the full comparison.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Never mind about being the workout bros thing. I'm gonna skip.
I think I'm out of this workout, bro. No, the nude stuff is optional, but we're gonna go all the way.
As long as there's no like foot pics or anything like that, because that
no foot pics.
I can't handle that. Like you can't.
Yeah, I can't handle that.
All right, guys, let's rock and roll with our. Let's say hi to our chat really quick, and then I want to get into some cool topics. I want to catch up with Matteo a little bit about what you've been doing, but I want to say hello to everybody in chat because it's been a little while. It's been a few weeks since we've been back here, and we got Michael Verhind coming up on top here. We got Q Creator is here saying evening all. What's up, Mike? How are you doing, man? Thank you to Mike for taking care of every one of our timestamps. He is amazing. He's on top of it so fast. We appreciate you, man. Tass is here. What's going on? How are you doing, Tass? Jasmine is here. What's up, Jazz? Jazz hanging out in chat tonight. She was even waiting for us, which Jasmine's not good usually with waiting on anything. So
you're only saying this because she can't yell at you.
This is the best. I had a meeting with Jasmine today, so I'll give you a little hint on Jasmine. She's been a little under the weather, Matteo, and she lost her voice completely.
Complete laryngitis.
Completely. Yeah. And we have a week of meetings next week. So we're headed out of town for a conference, and literally me and her have meetings for like Monday to Friday next week. So she's completely lost her voice.
I've been there. I lost my voice last year. It started when I went out to Seattle to meet Camouflage for Batman.
Yeah.
And I started losing my voice, and I kept losing it and getting it back and losing it. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's not easy when you lose your voice, man. Like I was in a meeting with her today, and I'm like, this is so odd and so weird. But like literally I'm to the point now, like I can pretty much just like run, I can dominate this conversation and say anything I want. And she's just like, she's typing away, like going crazy, but too funny. But all right, let's continue here. We have, let's see, Chrome Colossus is here. I said Tasselhoff, Typical Kiwi is here. Let's see, Matteo is here in chat as well. Arlen Kundert, Zell2318, Brandon VR, Michelle B. Our buddy Jay Bratt is here. What's up, Jay? How are you doing, man? Would it be cool to get a show of like
Jay Bratt is not alone.
The three of us and Jay Bratt. No,
Jay
who else?
Bratt is with a whole crew of people doing a joint VR experience kind of thing right now, and he's with Otterworldly, Genghis, Techman, Jay Dunn, Joy Rain, and Jay Bratt are all together in a bar right now, and they're watching this on their cell phone.
I just want to know where the hell my invitation was.
That's what I said. Like, what the hell? Why weren't we invited?
This is some bullshit right here.
That's our crew. That's our crew of people.
Yeah.
Genghis, eat shit.
I blame Genghis. Really.
What the hell?
That I thought Genghis was on the channel.
How dare they all get together and not invite us in some way?
I'm actually messaging people now.
You should. No, you start messing. I'll
I'm
finish doing the
not joking.
I'll finish doing the roll call. Message him and tell him how upset we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay Brett says too loud in this party here, but me, Otter, Genghis, Tech, Jay Dunn, Joy Rain, all say hi. That's pretty cool, man. That's a pretty epic, amazing group of people.
Yeah,
what's up, everybody.
That's my squad,
Missed you guys.
and I no word of this to me.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm literally sending Genghis lots of curse words right now.
Yeah, no, that's our. Yeah, you're right. That's our people. Kubo 92 is here. Fourth Wall Breaker. Mepper is here, saying hello to absolutely everyone. Todd. Let's see who else we got. Rattlehead 9026. Let's see. Orland Hoper's here. Todd.
Uh-oh. I don't know where the button is.
Orland Hoper's jacked, yo.
I wasn't prepared. I didn't see him in
Seriously.
chat.
How can you not be prepared for me? You're the producer. You have one job. You have one job. Basically, to hit the buttons when I cue you.
Everybody hear that? He said, I have one job.
It's basically one job. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, you're a producer. You got to produce. Produce as a producer. Let's see who else we got. Let's hit it one more time, Todd, because it was just odd. Orland Hoper's here, Todd. Orland Hoper's jacked, yo. He is jacked, but I'm telling you right now, catching up to you, Orland.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have
I have a
running for his
personal
money here
trainer.
soon.
A personal trainer. Shout out to RJ, my personal trainer. I'm heading to see RJ in the morning, Todd. I'm taking Natasha with me to go see RJ. We're gonna do a joint training session.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. This dude's got so I upped my workout, right? So I've been with him for so long, and then like it's progressive levels. He upped my workout so bad last week that I hurt so bad every day I came out from working with him.
You should be hurting every day.
I'm
I
like,
hurt every day.
holy moly, dude! Like literally all on vacation too. I hurt every day. I hurt. He's like I had like pain where I didn't think I could have pain. I was hurting so badly. I got a guest.
Hey, there's the guest.
Hey everybody,
Hey,
Hi.
Natasha.
I'm here in the house. You're talking about us going to the gym tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're heading to the gym to see
Yeah.
RJ, my
Yeah,
trainer.
You think you're going to be able to keep up with Eric?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Or,
Should
or the other
we-
way around? Is he going to be able to keep up with you?
Yeah,
You're the
I
hockey
don't know what
player.
we're doing. No one's told me what we're going to be doing. So
He kicked my ass last week.
Yeah.
And like literally kicked my ass. So
yeah,
It'll be good. It'll be fun.
it's gonna
We'll
be
have
good.
to
It's
see.
gonna be good. I'll let everybody know next week how bad it is.
All right. Well, good to see you guys. Have fun.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Pretty cool having Natasha in the house. That's pretty awesome. Natasha's
How long
hanging
is she
out
there
here.
for?
She's been here for like while we were on vacation, so she was here
She
for
was
like 5
hosting or
days.
whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's house sitting, take care of the dogs, and we're co-working here for a few days. So it's pretty damn cool. It was cool. We actually had a chance to like sit outside and have a meeting tonight. You can sit outside in Florida, Todd. It's not
Oh, you can't
30
s-
it's not negative 38 fucking degrees.
I don't
here.
know
What is
what
that
that
you speak of?
You can actually sit outside.
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
Let's see who else we got here. Let's finish the roll call. Backsorn VR, Barrowbone Man is here. What's up, dude? How are you doing? Mickey Barrios, Michelle B, I think I said. Nick Thompson is here. No spam in the kitchen. What's up, Nick? That's been a while, man.
Haven't
How are you
seen
doing?
Nick in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Typical Kiwi, I think I said. We got lots of back and forth. Let's see. Hussein X is here. I am Dickel is here. Salvador, how you doing, man? JP is here. What's up, JP? How you doing?
Yep. I saw
haven't
that.
seen JP in here in quite a while either.
I know.
Where have all you been? But cool. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. Arlen Cundard, I think I said. Say how Galaxy VR. I love that. Say how Galaxy VR. Kubo 92, I said. What is this? Eric's weight loss is giving someone who claims this is a trombone champ and put a key in chat. This is a trombone champ key from Kubo 92. Nice, dude.
It just got weird. What just happened there?
I don't know. My microphone is pissing me off. Dad says Eric can't keep his microphone up. Well, that's
Yeah,
it's
well,
a
that
problem
happens
as you
at
get
your
older.
age.
As you get older,
It's not just as
you
bad.
know how these things happen as you
They
get
make
older.
pills for that stuff. Don't worry about
For your
it.
microphone.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
little blue pill you put in there.
Yeah.
It's the next thing you know, it's hitting the ceiling.
It's
Hell
going to
yeah,
be hitting the
dude.
ceiling. Yeah. For a couple hours anyway.
Let's see. Let's see. Gabriel 004 is here. Hair Force One is here. Todd, love Hair Force One.
I love that name.
Yeah, it's amazing. Old Darth. I think I'm caught up. Obscure Nerd Andy is here. What's up, Andy? How you doing, man? Hair Force One sends Eric, you look great. I'm down from 195 to currently 147. Good for you, man. That's a kick-ass number. Way to go, man.
I
Awesome.
think down 195 pounds.
You can't be down 195 pounds.
He was a big dude.
He's down 195 pounds?
That's how I read it.
I'm down from, it's got to be
I don't see the word
195 to
from in there anywhere.
147. He lost 195 pounds?
Air Force One, let us know the facts, man.
No, I think it's I'm down from 195.
It's got to be.
currently
There's nobody lost
I don't know.
195 pounds.
Bobo's
They would have
in,
lost more.
losing
I mean, they would have
195
lost
pounds?
more than
Barebo's
themselves.
in chat. He's lost 150 pounds playing Synth Riders.
If I lost 150 pounds, I would be dead.
I would be dead.
Yeah, right.
It'd be a third left.
No way.
So typical Kiwi's in chat, and he just said my Q2C video hoodie arrived, and Eric was right. It rocks. I didn't want to say this last week or 2 weeks ago. I guess with the last episode, but it was typical Kiwi that won second prize in our Quest 2 or
That's
Q2C giveaway.
that's pretty damn awesome. What was the second place prize in that one? This is the second place
The
prize. Was pretty
haptics-
damn cool.
The haptics, the air kit with the new glove thing, whatever they're called, the new ones. I can't remember.
The gauntlets. Yeah.
The gauntlets, yeah,
That's awesome, man.
and the new air haptic suit, a Q2C hoodie.
Gunstock? Was that it? Or is that what third?
No, that was the third place one.
That's I mean, that's kick-ass number 2. I'm so happy that somebody that was like, somebody that, comes and hangs out and shows up every week, won something. That was super cool, man. Like, I love
Yeah, we
it.
had
I'm
two- we
happy
had
for
two.
anybody.
Another, the first place winner was also a regular that I didn't realize until after I was talking with them.
Did you tell me who it was?
I don't know if he wants me to tell anybody. No, not that.
No. I'm like, yes, I know because I know his name. Oh, okay. No way. There's really.
Yeah, and I don't know if he wants everybody to know because we did say his real name in the thing in the episode. So if he wants to say something in chat, if he's here,
Well,
he can
he's
say it.
here because I called his name out earlier. So
Yeah, so if he's here and
if you're here, the person
and
who
you want a
won
prize.
the first place prize last time we were here, if you're okay with us telling everybody who it would be cool. Because that's awesome that that typical Kiwi won second place, and then we had
I think so.
another-
I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure it's second place and first place.
and then that's awesome. And Air Force One says he's down from 195.
I know I saw that. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
trying harder.
disappointed like you
I'm trying to
slacker.
win. I'm
How
always
dare
right.
you not lose 200 pounds?
Deal with it. I'm always right.
Yeah, right.
They're all blowing up my phone now. I cursed them all out,
Why aren't
and
they
they're
blowing
all
up?
blaming each other.
Why aren't
Why
they
aren't they
blowing
blowing
up
up
my
chat?
phone? What the fuck?
Because they. Well, I was gonna say because they like me, but apparently not. I'm here
No.
freezing my ass
Matteo.
off, not partying somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Right.
Like they like you.
Yeah, so typical
It must
Kiwi got
not.
second place. This other guy got first place, and who is another member of our community. So that was cool.
Nice. I love it. That's super cool, man. Yeah, typical Kiwi says still pinching myself that it was real that you won. Congrats, man. This is so happy. I love it when I'm happy for anybody who won, who put their name in, which is great. I'm happy that we were able to do these giveaways and people win them. But shit, man, when it's somebody that comes and shows up every week and like hangs out, that's super cool. Kubo 92 says it's me. I won first place.
That wasn't cool. There was 11,000 entries.
11,000 entries and 2 people that are like,
11,343.
that's
Yeah.
pretty sick, man. That's
pretty
pretty
good.
sick. Air Force One says Les Mills body combat helped them lose some of that weight.
Interesting.
I've done
I
Les
believe
Mills
that
like
for sure.
yeah, me too. I've done Les Mills quite a bit actually. It's a good workout. It definitely is. All right, cool. Hey everybody, thanks for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate you. We got 64 cool people hanging out watching across all the platforms, which is good since we have been gone for a couple of weeks. So I know we're not as consistent as we like to be with all these shows. Genghis says, "Why are you texting us, Matteo?" Like,
Because we said we would text you.
Oh
We
my
said
God.
we would text you. Dumb ass. Don't.
Oh, man.
We said we would text you.
So why?
Bitch.
So they're in where are they? They're in New Orleans. What the fuck are they doing in New Orleans?
Yeah, they're all in New Orleans. I'm trying to get the story.
I mean,
Genghis
you're not
is
going to New
blame
Orleans
Jay,
anyway.
He set
Like-
the whole thing up. And Jay's like, you got to blame Otter. She set the whole thing up. And I'm like, don't throw Otter under the bus. She doesn't even talk. There's no way she set this up.
Yeah, there's definitely no way it was her.
No way. You know what? Otter is like quiet, like planner. Like I guarantee she like
Until you get her partying, then she.
Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. She is not quiet. You
You
guys
guys don't remember the conversation though.
I don't know.
It took me forever to finally have a deep conversation with Otter. And the next day she's like, oh, we were talking last night? I was like, yeah, you finally spoke. And she was like, I don't remember. Back to square one.
Yeah,
Back to
that's it.
square one.
We're dropping them all down. We're dropping them all down at least one level.
Genghis, the question is, why didn't any? I mean, I guess I'm not in the cool crew. Is that what it is, Genghis?
Apparently, we've
Not
been
in the cool
ostracized.
That's what I realized. Oh, let's not bring the old man.
Yeah, maybe that's it. We didn't want to bring the old farts of the group.
I
Oh,
mean,
there's
listen,
Otter. There's Otter. She says, "What up?" She knows.
I knew Genghis was going to be there. I wouldn't have went anyway. But still, I'm
I
just
would
saying.
have. I
you
would have
know,
went just because Genghis is there.
I used to never have any FOMO, but now that I like to travel and stuff, I'm a little
It's
upset.
happening, right? Yeah, I hear you.
I feel a little left out. This is weird. This is a weird feeling.
We'll have to
Maybe
bring
those
your
guys
shit,
were way closer than I knew.
right?
What else are they doing without me? I'm outta
Apparently,
here.
we're outside the inner circle.
Apparently, I don't even know where the circle is. Didn't we have an agenda for this show?
yeah,
Didn't
we're
we
gonna,
say like, oh, we're gonna this is gonna be the
we're gonna get back
smoothest
on
show
track.
ever.
We're gonna get
We're
back on
going
track.
through. We have done nothing.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're gonna get back on track right now. We're gonna be ready to rock
Can
and
we get
roll.
off track for 2 seconds as I
Yeah.
respond to Genghis? I did wear the Kirby suit, you jackass, just not your Kirby suit because it's full of STDs and all your funk. Okay, she's never cleaned that thing.
I think in our new opening, Todd, we had. Isn't there a picture of Matteo in the Kirby suit in the opening, or it's just a picture?
I
of
didn't
you?
see it.
I don't think
I
so.
thought, I thought it was in there, or maybe it's just a picture of all you guys doing the location based thing.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
previous
the location
version.
based thing, but I missed myself. I knew I was in that battle, but I didn't see myself.
You didn't see yourself? No.
Nah.
There
This
was
is
a there
definitely
was
a
a, there was
FOMO
a-
show.
there's been like 17 iterations of this opening in the last week. Like we've been working daily.
Yeah, I was
with
really
it.
jealous I wasn't in the last one.
Well, I thought of that. So I went through all of our old footage, and there's other people on camera, and it just doesn't look right.
Get it?
so-
I'm not in the. in
Well,
the
That's why
circle.
we needed to have you back, because now we can
No,
put
I'm
this
not
one-
in your circle. Either.
Yeah,
I
we
get
can
it.
clip it in there.
Yeah, we
See,
can
now
clip
it's
this
good.
circle.
Just bloop it in.
I think the last
need you
time
to
was
do
the
the
last
Genghis
time you
story
were
one
on.
more
Was the
time?
last time you were on though when we had like all the like 12 of us on, and I like went crazy
No.
ranting over fucking
No, you've been
PlayStation?
on.
No. I think I've been on since then.
You've been on
okay.
a couple times since then. Yeah.
All right, good. I would have felt bad. Like I hate when every time Matteo comes on, I start yelling about stupid shit.
Yeah.
and-
It's great because Genghis is wrong again. She said, I didn't get invited because I didn't play Riff. I played Riff and she didn't show up that day.
Yeah,
Ah,
Her
okay.
job is
Her
to
job
show off
is
that
Riff.
platform, and she didn't show up for me. She is so full of shit, man.
Yeah.
She's on my shit list now.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all on my shit list right now. Like
I just
literally.
pinged everybody in our Discord, in our private Discord channel, because I was pissed.
For the
Oh,
record,
man.
for the record, I don't honestly care. I do feel slightly left out, or like, you know.
Well,
But
here's the deal. You
I would
aren't
like to be
going
thought of.
anyway, Mateo. Like even if you got invited, like you're not going. Like you're
I
old
know.
man. Like
I
you're
know
not
I
like,
wasn't
I'm not
going. I'm
traveling.
not-
Like
They don't
We're not
need
going
to
to
know
New
that.
Orleans now. and
like
shit.
you're not going.
However,
Like, no way.
yeah, I mean, I could do like 1 or 2 trips with these kids.
I was
these
shocked that
children.
we got you to go to Florida like for like a week, and then we got
You
you to
didn't
go to
even
the
sleep
Netherlands.
there, man. You should have stayed there. That place was insane.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
staying at home. I was staying at
Yeah.
home where it was quiet and
I
less
get-
haunted than where you fucking guys were staying.
It's not
You guys were
haunted.
staying at the most haunted house in Florida.
It was not haunted.
It was haunted. You guys are
They're
still like
10 feet of water now.
Tech-Man snores like a buzz.
Tech-Man is still being haunted by some shit spirits that you picked up at the house.
And
No,
they
that's
left the
that's
whole
just
Jasmine
the
time with
seance.
Me and
They left
Jasmine
the-
were the smart ones. We stayed at our house. We stayed at my house, and
I
like,
should've
Well,
we
you
come to
guys
your
weren't there. That's because we did a seance, and Tech-Man led the seance.
no, you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah, in an escape room.
Oh, in the escape room.
Jay, I don't love you anymore.
Oh,
Go away.
man. All right, so we got to hit a couple. We got this is a minute. We got a couple cool super chats.
Yeah.
Poppin' Fresh with the 1999 super chat says, "Hi guys, great show. Quick question: are we able to buy extra PlayStation PSVR 2 controllers to charge as a backup, or is it just one PlayStation VR 2 controller per customer? Thanks, like always." Thank you for the super chat. And currently, right now, there is no way you can buy controllers for your PlayStation VR 2. You can't even buy one, let alone two.
It's so lame.
You are pretty much
eBay.
stuck.
eBay.
Yeah, eBay. Go find somebody who's selling. Which I don't even know how could they be on eBay. Like, what are you going to do if you buy a headset and then you give away the controllers? What do you do with the
I'm
headset?
guessing broken headset, sell your controllers. I'm sure you
Maybe,
can find
yeah, maybe. I guess that's the only
because
way.
they're not available, they're going to be a premium. So I don't know. It might be cheaper just go buy another PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, and Hussein X does have a good answer here for that, and I do believe that this is what you will see happen because of this partnership with Apple, where Apple and PlayStation and Sony are apparently going to partner, where you're going to be able to use the PlayStation VR 2 controllers with your Apple Vision Pro headset. I would assume that they'll start making them,
A little more
separately
available.
available.
Yeah. Right.
That would make more sense to me. So very cool. And Jay Bratt with a $20 super chat, trying to make up for it, Matteo.
Yeah.
Just love you all. You better come with more than $20 if you're buying back our love, Jay. I better see an order coming from Amazon of my new bidet. That's probably the only thing that could buy my love back right now.
You're not part of the bidet club. You're not.
Jay goes to put every time we go to a party with somebody. Jay ends up buying them a bidet for his house. Matteo, do you get a bidet in your house?
No, and I've been waiting for.
He's been on the list,
Jay,
yeah.
which I guess I'm not getting.
No. He bought Todd one like 2 years ago. I'm still waiting on one. Like
I said,
crazy.
I wanted one. Yeah,
I mean,
he's got to be in that right mindset. Then the bidets are for everyone.
Oh my god, too funny. All right, Matteo, let's get into some of you. I want to catch up with you a little bit. You've had a really good kind of like end of year 2024. You got a chance to do some cool stuff that we just kind of talked about. And I did see you recently over back in the Netherlands because you were there because you were nominated and were a finalist for the Content Creator of the Year, and you won that shit.
Yeah. Honestly, that was a pretty cool experience. I mean, I wanted to go to Netherlands regardless, and then I wasn't gonna go because I wanted my wife to come, and she couldn't come. And I was like, then I'm gonna go for 2 days. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm not traveling all the way to Netherlands.
That's for 2 days. Yeah.
So but then my manager Bridger talked me into it. He's like, "Nah, go. I'm gonna come. We'll have a good time." Are you refocusing your camera?
I
thought.
No, I was saying hi to
hand
Gamertag.
signs.
I was giving Gamertag a hi in chat because he just
All
didn't say hi.
Hey, GT, go to sleep, bro. It's late, man.
He's in the bathroom. It's late.
Go to sleep. But yeah, no. So I wanted to be there, and then it was a I didn't expect it. Like I just wanted because I wanted to go last year, but last year I had my passport stolen, so I couldn't go.
I forgot
like,
about that.
Come.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally can't. I'm waiting on a replacement passport. So last year I couldn't go. So this year we came. Me and my wife. She was able to get off. We turned it into a trip. We had a lot of fun there, and yeah, then I ended up. And honestly, that was. It was really cool because you finally feel like, well, you're getting noticed for what you're doing. You're getting something back for the effort you put in. You feel like because you get imposter syndrome with this all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm killing it. I'm doing good. And other times I'm like, am I really contributing? Whatever the case, am I talented? Whatever the case might be. So you get that imposter syndrome. So this is a nice way to say like, no, someone in the industry appreciates you. Some people acknowledge you. That felt good, and
It's a good list too, right?
Just
on that list. I mean, there was some good creators on that list. Like that was like you should.
Yeah, I didn't think I had a chance.
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's a good list.
And then when I went up there, it was like
Cherry, Gamertag.
Yep.
Was Steve Nose on that list?
Steve was not.
Nathy,
it was the Mystical.
Yeah, Mystical, Nathy.
Yep. Ty was on again.
Yep.
Tyrell, yeah.
Yep. And off the top of my head, that's who I got.
I mean, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, no, there was other people like Merp TV and
yeah, Merp is pretty cool. I like Merp.
I think A Wolf in VR was on there. So like, I honestly, whatever. I didn't think I was taking it, so I really wasn't ready, like with what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, well, if it happens to be me, I'll just wing it.
Dude, I don't know.
Your speech was great.
You did one of the best speeches I think I've seen in a long time, and like for me, it was like if you didn't plan that at all, like I mean, that was super heartfelt. I mean,
well,
you talked about
like,
you and your dad a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like that's almost like a story in my back pocket. It's a story I've told many times when I stream, so that's why it's like very easy for me to tell the story. But I mean, it is one of the most memorable moments in VR, and one of my most like last memories of my dad before he passed.
Can you share that for anybody who didn't get a chance to hear it on live?
Sure. So my dad was like inadvertently responsible for me starting my channel, because as many of us when we first get VR, we're super pumped. We want to show it to as many people as possible. And this was original HTC Vive. It was literally the first thing I installed in this house when we got it. Down here in the basement, the house was still under construction. I set up the VR. And everyone who came to my house, I was like, yeah, fuck looking at the house. Come down, check out this thing. Yeah. Check out this thing called VR. And so my dad is he was a great man, you know, very, very kind soul. But like we didn't agree on many things. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. Like not anything that made us butt heads, but like he didn't care about technology. He was not a video game guy. We didn't have any shared hobbies like that, which is a little sad. But when I put him in VR, he was blown away, like slack jaw. And I just remember, I have this memory. He stopped like dead in his tracks. And he just went, you know, Matthew, where did you get this? Like he had this moment of like, he thought I went to the future, stole technology and brought it back in time. Like that's how profound this technology was then. And like from that moment, I was like, yeah, I have to share this with as many people because I feel the same. And I just saw someone else that I really never connected with on that level feel the same way. And that's it. Like that was it. I was like, I gotta share VR with as many people as possible.
As good a reason as any, for sure.
Yeah,
it's a kick-ass story, man. It's really, really good. You know, I think, you know, having something like that be profound, like have a profound effect on your life and like your path, and like, you know, this is a big part of what you are as a person. You know, I mean, you're a dad, you're a husband, you know, you're a good friend, but like, you know, this is a part of who you are, and to have, you know, your dad, you know, affect you in that way to put you on that path, I think is super impactful. And it's a good story for a lot of people to hear, I think.
Well, I'm glad I got to share it.
Yeah, and you get to share it with a lot of people, which was cool, man. And like I said, when you did accept it, like I thought it was probably the best speech of the night, and there were some good ones that night. But
it was a long night. Hey, like
yeah,
I live streamed the whole thing. I think we had 120 people watching it the whole time, and yeah, it was great to watch. They always put on a great show.
Yeah. Oh no, it was really good. Very like professional, very well done, elegant. You know, and it's great to interact with people in the industry. You get a better understanding. Like there's nothing like a face-to-face chat. Like even this doesn't convey half of our emotions and real expression and feeling. It's having those.
I'm happy that you're coming out to these events now, and you're coming out and you're flying around the world looking.
Oh my god, I did 40,000 miles last year.
That's awesome.
That's a week.
That's
a month.
Yeah. Germany, Netherlands, all over the US, Italy. I was in. It was nuts last year.
Well, the thing is, you did it all at like one time. Like you didn't spread it out.
It was
like,
all the last 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
It was everything from like September. Well, a little bit. No, we started in July, late July. So July to the end of the year. I just did not stop.
And you were supposed to go to MetaConnect too, right? And you ended up not making it to Connect.
I ended up on the floor.
That's why I was picking him up at the floor at the airport.
Yeah.
No, Nurse Jay took care of me.
Yes, Jay did well.
Mr. Chas says, "Will you be at AW in June?" So what's your next thing you're going to? What's your thing?
AW
so you have
GDC.
Sure. You have GDC coming up.
I have GDC on the list,
Nice.
which is
a good one.
very likely.
Hmm.
I'll probably only be there for a limited. Well, GDC I might be able to make the whole time. I
Hmm.
have a few commitments in there, but
Mhm.
GDC I think I'm making it too. Then AWE. Oh well, before AWE, PAX East.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to PAX East. PAX East is one that's been on my list for a long time, but usually it's right at GDC weekend. And finally, now it's like,
there's
or
separation
or
there
it's
now.
not GDC weekend. It was it AWE weekend? One of those
Oh, it
companies.
used to be GDC.
It used to
They
be
used to butt up
Right.
against each
So
other.
yeah, so I and of course they're on two different freaking coasts. So I'm like, oh
Yep.
man, like, this is hard to do both. But I think I'm going to try and make PAX East this year because a lot of people are going to be there. A lot of creators got together last year that were there, like Brian Paul and like a lot of the Gamescast crew and Wes Dillon, and you were there.
Yep.
So we
Eric
have
and
some
I went to
people.
PAX
Miles
West
was
last
there.
year. And
Yeah, we went to West last year.
We were the only
Yeah,
VR
we
crew
were the
there.
only VR
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah.
So PAX East, if you go back to 2020, right before the world shut down for COVID, it was the last event running, and they had an amazing VR showcase. I mean, it
Nice.
was awesome. Like they had probably 60 stations
Wow.
where you could watch people play.
That's pretty good.
I'd say 12 of those stations, for whatever, like 16 people was Vox Machina
Oh yeah.
in
Wow, really?
4v4. So you'd sit
That's a
in a
good one.
chair. Yeah. And you'd sit next to your teammates, and then on the other side of a curtain was the other team.
Oh, that's
And they had
cool.
a couple of those stations. They also had Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Wow, you're going old school now.
That's
this
another
is
good one.
years
Though. You get
ago.
lots of people, and they can all sit down. There's no fear. of
Exactly.
people
And then they
falling over.
had
that's good.
And they had all the open booths to the typical games, like your Beat Saber and your Fruit Ninja or whatever. But you could watch the people play. And then because of COVID, that stuff disappeared. And then when they finally came back, it was the worst showing ever last year. It was an embarrassment. They said, come try the latest and greatest in VR tech. It was the original Rifts and HTC Vives.
That's what it was at PAX West too.
PAX West is the same way.
It was in the basement,
in the dungeon basement of like one of the offshoot
It was
buildings.
hidden. Yeah, it was hidden. But let me tell you, I've literally been working my ass off to get PAX East upgraded. I'm like pulling every string, talking to every person I know, everything from Meta to the people that work at PAX to my own talent agency. We're really trying at minimum to get them new headsets, like sponsored by Meta, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
There's nothing going in my pocket for this. There's no this is for the love of VR.
Mm-hmm.
This is more the love of VR, yes, but more I can't see that bullshit being passed as
Keep
VR.
going.
Yeah, you don't want to do that again. Yeah, you don't want people. That's what me and Todd were talking about when we went to PAX West. We saw this, in the basement. They had these these sections set up, and they're playing on Rifts, like original Rift. They were Rift S's, I think, but like Rift S and like Vive, Vive Pros. I mean, I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, and that's harder. Like it's harder to do. They're running on every station had to have its own computer.
Yep.
Like go get some freaking standalone headsets. Go get the Quest, man. Like what do you just? I guarantee, if either of the PAXs message Meta and we're like, hey, we'd love to make sure we have a VR section. Would you be willing to send us some headsets?
Basically got someone from PAX, twisted their arm, got someone from not Meta specifically, but one of Meta's teams, twisted their arms and said, here you go, guys. And now they're all talking.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So
that's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
And we need Bobo to get in there.
It had to happen.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm going to try and make sure I try and get there this year. My travel schedule is freaking insane again this year. I don't think I have a month where I'm not flying somewhere. I literally just got back from this little trip, and I gotta go to Vegas next week. Then I'm going to California right afterwards, and then GDC is like literally right around the corner.
Yeah.
Things get crazy, Matteo, but it's all good, man. It's all good. I love going to these events. One of the coolest things that I got a chance to do, like me and you have met several times now, but I got a chance to meet your wife, which is super cool. Like, she doesn't get a chance to go to these events. She was able to go to the Netherlands with you, see you win that award. That had to be a special moment. And your wife is super cool. And you know who I got a chance to meet? Another person's wife that I've known her, through video chats and stuff like that, or chats on live chats, is Gamertag's wife. You know what I mean? I get a chance to
I
meet her in
recently
New
met her
York.
for the first time.
Yeah, we were both in New York for the
Yeah.
the Behemoth launch party, and we got a chance to meet Gamertag's wife, and Jane is like freaking amazing. So it was super cool to see her there.
That's my hometown. I
Hell
used to
yeah.
work right there where we were.
Yeah, it used to be my hometown. I don't want to be in it. It's too cold for me now, man. I need to be in Florida where it's nice. I can't handle
Bunch of
Can't handle it.
pansies.
I'm good.
Yeah, Brandon VR made it to PAX East last year too. He had one PSVR 2. It was Captain Toonhead.
Yes.
Captain Toonhead was a fun game, but
It was
not the
Captain
one.
Toonhead out in the open, no one helping you put the headset on. The controllers were tied down so you can't steal them.
Oh
And
my god.
Next to
God.
it, so you could wipe it in between, was Clorox wipes.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Well, that's what you want. I want Clorox.
Oh yeah,
Wipes on my face.
Eyeballs. Yeah,
that's
why
the
Oh my
level that
God.
it was at PAX East.
not?
Way to go! Nice. Well, hopefully we'll have a better showing this year for the PAXs. Matteo, tell us a little bit about you've been doing some work on your studio here. I want you to show it off a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, do it.
This is
Todd, put
this
them
is
up on big
not
screen.
the complete version, but I got a little picture here. Well, a little clip. So yeah, I mean, I live down here, so I wanted to jazz it up. I mean, I have full new system. Most of the monitors are new, but that's a G9 Neo and a G9 above it, the Odyssey. So it's a 57-inch. No, it's the 59 and 47, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's but I did the paneling on the wall. I live down here. I just wanted to
That looks great.
make it a little bit better for myself.
It's important, man, to have a nice spot. Like again, you live down there. I live in Todd. You live in your studio. Like I work.
10 hours a day.
Yeah, no more than that. I wish I worked 10 hours a day. That'd be like 10-hour days would be
Oh,
like
I
having
get it.
it'd be working on vacation. Yeah, I mean, like, so we work so much in these studios to have something that's like at least comfortable for you and like it makes you feel good about being down there. It looks super cool, man. Like you did a nice job.
Thank you, sir.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
I like it. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about some other stuff tonight. Matteo, anything else you got going on you want to like share? Like I know you got some other
Whatever. Enough about me.
All right. Enough about Matteo. Let's hit some stuff. I want to talk about. There's a couple of new games. I want to show this one. I want to show the trailer for this one, Todd, because I just think it's an interesting game. And I think we're starting to see more of these types of games where it's like fitness, but they don't want you to be just fitness. They want you to be more gamified in the fitness, which I think is a good thing. And we've talked about. We were talking about. Yeah, we were talking about fitness earlier tonight, like, and some of the different apps to help you kind of like get in shape or lose weight. But let's check this one out. You ready?
Tired of the same dull routine at the gym? Step into a world of adventure instead. Welcome to Alter Terra, a planet on the brink of chaos, where your moves become power and your strength restores balance. Feel the thrill as you squat to speed up, dash through rivers, and climb impossible heights, driving your journey across 5 stunning worlds.
My methods may be harsh, but necessary for the good of Terragon.
Face legendary bosses while saving worlds, dodging and striking in battles where every motion counts. This isn't just a game, it's your adventure. Feel the burn, embrace the challenge, and unlock the hero within. Push your limits, burn calories, and stay fully immersed in the action. Fitness Fables, where fantasy meets workout. Available on MetaQuest.
Pretty cool, man. That looks pretty cool. Have you have you tried it at all, Matteo? Fitness
I
Fables?
thought we had a fourth person for a second. I was like, who's this guy?
Who's somebody else coming in?
Showing me up. Trimmed beard.
was that
I actually have not tried this one. I have a personal commitment to try every single VR exercise, game that comes
agree.
out. I did that 100 days in Supernatural thing. like 2-3 years ago at this point. But yeah, I mean, this one I haven't tried. It looks like it'd be fun, but it looks like it's freaking exhausting. It does.
It's exhausting. It is actually exhausting. I know.
But that's these games like this. I mean, like again, gamifying your workout. I mean, they number one, anything you do in VR is like remember the game Until You Fall?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not a workout game. But if you've ever played Until You Fall, that will freaking kick your ass, dude. Like that game had they didn't make that game as like, hey, this is going to be a fitness game. They made it as this is going to be a combat game. But in virtual reality,
I just put out a video
is like work.
I just put out a video of 7 games for fitness in VR, and number 7 was Batman. I sweat so much punching, and it's ridiculous. It's a workout. Oh my god.
Yeah.
When I was in Camouflage Studio and we were playing that for the first time, obviously you're so excited. I was throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
I was really jumping on the floor, like trying to drop my knee on bad guys. At one point they said, "Oh, your boundary's set up. You got plenty of room. Don't worry." It wasn't set up right. It was a divider between me and a wolf in VR, and I just crushed it. I was like, "The divider's not right." I mean, yeah. I mean, that's when you're really into it. You're soaked. But some of these, like Until You Fall, used to kill me.
Yeah, that was a good one for sure.
That game, like literally, I would say like that, and like even Pistol Whip. If you get into Pistol Whip, like where you're doing the ducking and diving, like
my legs are killing me after Pistol Whip.
Definitely, yeah. I love all these games, and Batman is definitely good. I will say this with Batman though, you could actually play Batman seated. The way it's set up.
That's blasphemy.
No, you can do it.
Never.
Especially if you have a chair that doesn't have arms in it. Like it doesn't have like not a computer chair.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that.
Or like the Cyber Shoes chair.
Yeah. Or the Cyber chair, yeah.
Was Air Force One says, Eric, are you guys aware of Gamertag's comment on this game? No, what was his comment?
No, was he still in chat? Did he not
it.
like this game? Really? How can you not like this game?
I mean, well, what is GT is, I don't want to say opinionated. GT is very specific on games he likes. So like he will be centered around, I like this game and it's my type of game. I don't like this game. It's not my type of game. He's not going to be like, well, I see the merits in this title, but it's, not something like I ain't playing this bullshit. I'm not here to get a workout in. I'm here to play a cool game.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I definitely am very much like, I like what I like. But like, I know that not every game is for me. Like I get into that thing early on.
Right? Like if that game didn't have machine guns, you hated it. And
yeah, no, very much.
That, so
yeah. I try that's why I get into Trombone Champ. It wasn't like a game that I thought I was going to like really want to do
on that.
But yeah, I was like, holy crap, I'm kind of down with, like I've got hundreds of hours in Trombone Champ now. And I'm like, I go back to it all the time, not because I have to, but because I like it and I want to. So I'm trying to spread out a little bit and play different
VR
things.
Is definitely like broadened my horizons. Like the example I always use is Moss. It's like, come on, a cute platformer with a little mouse and protagonist. I'm going to be all excited about that. No. Yeah, I loved it. It quills
Escaping Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland too. Yeah,
awesome.
But like even when it's a game that's not my style at all, I think like the more I know about the industry, the more I know about development, the more I know about the more you appreciate like I could find a lot more to appreciate in each title. I could be like, all right, this is not for me. I wouldn't play it, but people who like these type of games, I could see this being on the top of their list.
Yeah.
Speaking of Escaping Wonderland, I just dropped the key for Escaping Wonderland in chat.
Okay, Jasmine probably just had the best idea I think I've ever heard.
I saw that.
Matteo, you should make a video pretending to be GT. That is an amazing idea. Literally, you could do it if you wore a baseball hat and spoke in an English accent.
And flip your camera around.
Dude, you need to do this.
Nah, I don't got time for that.
He's like, I know. I'm staying away from that. Yeah.
Oh, well, either do him, or you could probably do Get Hip. Get Hip, you and him kind of look alike.
Who?
Get who?
Well, who are we getting? I'm very confused.
I heard a bad story about somebody's mom yesterday. It was terrible.
Me too. I didn't know what the hell was going on there. Stop.
I don't know.
You know who
anybody.
loves stories
I
about
don't know
their
what's
mom?
going on right now.
My mom.
There you go.
Damn right. Oh man, too funny. Yeah. So Fitness Fables is pretty cool, man. And I think it's out now. If you guys want to go check it out,
We got a
what's that?
$5 super chat from Braxon VR says, "I love Trombone Champ, but my carpal tunnel syndrome does not."
I'm with you. That can be tough, man. That can be tough.
Definitely
You know,
say this
I
as well.
love that you can comment on these super chats now.
I know
You
it's
can
neat,
heart it. You can thumb up the super chat. You can heart it, and then you can comment on the actual super chat. And thank you for the $5. That's amazing. Seo Galaxy VR says, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I got to add custom songs. Yeah, you can add custom songs now, Todd, Matteo, directly from the Quest, which is pretty cool, man.
Play some Metallica on my
can you
chicken
imagine?
trombone.
Oh, who doesn't want
Now I have to do that.
Oh my god.
Little
That's
energy
too funny.
Is
band,
GT the
trombone.
British Mateo or Mateo the American GT? We are.
Maybe I could get him to do your accent. Your New
He's
York
done it.
accent.
He's tried. Like when I first met him, like I used to jump in a chat and he'd just hear my voice and immediately like mimic it. But
I want to see that now.
and he used to call me Matteo.
Matteo.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I think it's super cool. All right. So the Fitness Fables is not the only trailer we have to show. And we have another one from our friends at Resolution Games. And I love these guys. And
Let's
they're
go.
still kicking ass. They're doing some cool shit. And this is probably one of the cooler things that I think we're gonna see. Could be this year. I think cooler things we'll see this year. So, but yeah,
I'm
let's
looking forward to it for sure.
yeah, me too. Let's check it out. Nice, man. Nice. I mean, this makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Todd, you're fired. It makes a lot of sense. Like, I mean, I think the only thing that I think anybody ever kind of like dinged Demeo on was that it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like everybody wanted it to be Dungeons and Dragons, or a lot of people did anyway. I mean, to me, it's almost beyond reproach anyway. But you know, there were people that said that. So this makes a lot of sense, Matteo. Like you're a big D&D fan. Like, you know, having that crossover, having what looks to be very much like Demeo playstyle, but Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this. It makes a lot of sense.
I'm beyond pumped.
Yeah, it doesn't
Like-
look like it's a D&D like create your own adventure type of thing, but it's definitely in the D&D space, in the universe of D&D.
Well, yeah. I mean, I read their press release about 7,500 times.
Mhm.
Right?
Just so I could read through the fine print. And you know, we know Amber from Resolution Games. I've been
Yep.
torturing her for information for the longest time.
Yeah.
She's like, stop calling me, Matteo.
Yeah. She's like, I guarantee when I send emails, you'll be first. Okay.
Nice.
Even though they all go out at the same time. But
I was gonna say, I heard Jay Brat, Genghis, Otterworldly, and Tech and Jay Dunn and Joey Ring got them all first.
Yeah.
What are they?
He's just trying to get him to shit.
Where did that come from?
Oh man.
Anyway, but no, I read their press conference, and from what they're revealing right now, I mean, obviously this is officially licensed, so they're gonna use. They said they're gonna use lore. They didn't talk too much about mechanics, but you
Right.
did see that the dice is a D20
It
in
is.
the
Yep.
animation, which is different from the dice they use and the Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Right.
So, and we're gonna get 2 campaigns from the beginning, and there will be no DM system. So,
Right.
so you don't build your own stuff. Now, the only question marks are how deep are they going into those D&D mechanics? Is it more just a reskinning of Demeo? And will we get player progression?
Right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right there. That'll be the kicker, right? Like if I can make myself an elf hunter who's 95 years old, can I keep that character forever? And does he get smarter and better and more, agility and more everything?
Yeah.
I mean
That to me is the essence of D&D, to build that
Yeah.
character that you
Role
take
playing
forever.
game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see that happening. Like, I mean, and I don't know. Just so everybody knows, like, I don't know. Resolution's been very quiet about what this exactly is. I don't know what it's going to be.
I'm hoping.
I have a feeling it's not going to be quite as deep as what we're thinking about here.
Well, I think we're gonna come up short of what people really want, but I think it might be a little bit more than we expect. I think it's gonna be more than just a crossover, like that, than just a reskin Demeo with
I hope so.
lore from the game. It looks like they did mention like story-driven campaign,
Yeah. That's
so
in the
we'll get
press
some
release, yeah.
cutscenes in there. Demeo with more than the typical play style. Like Demeo is always dungeon crawl, boss fight.
Right.
Dungeon crawl, boss fight. Now you could have, an adventure. So instead of having like this, straight down pyramid that you're going on each time, maybe you'll have a couple more events in there. But mechanically and player progression, shaky on.
That's the $1 million questions right there. And
Yeah.
And they're holding it close to the chest. I've been harassing Amber as well. And
Everybody has. The poor woman. She's like, leave me the hell alone. I'll tell you when we're ready to tell you. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Like, and this is something we're going to talk about here in a little bit, which is, the state of VR, moving into 2025. But I mean, it's cool to see, a company like Resolution Games, who has been doing this for a long, long time, going out, getting a major IP, sticking it on there, giving, whatever this is going to be, it's going to be great. Like, I don't know if it's going to be exactly what everybody exactly wants, but it's going to be great. Like, either way, even if they just did the crossover, I would be freaking over the moon, because I think it'll be cool and it'll be different. I don't think it'll be just the normal escape the dungeon, beat the boss, get out. Like, I do believe it. Like you said, it's going to be I think there's going to be story here. I think there's going to be campaign. I think there's going to be stuff to do. But even if it's not as deep as everybody wants, it's still going to be freaking cool. It's Dungeons and Dragons, man. Like, we don't have that. To see a major IP come to virtual reality at a time which, gaming in general, but definitely virtual reality, is at a little bit of a weird spot. I think this is really good news. So, hats off to Resolution Games for doing this stuff right.
Oh yeah. This is a dream come true for me.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about, like, just so you know, never played Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I
never
know
played
No.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, like, I know it. I know it because I grew up with a lot.
I don't think if you've never played it, you don't know it. You just know what people have told you. You need to live D&D.
No, I literally do know it, because I growing up with a lot of this stuff, like, I knew, like, I knew a lot of people who did it, who played it. I knew a lot of the people that were in it. Like, I know, like, the past, talking to, like, Dave Marsh, who did Shadowgate, who would, worked with a lot of those guys, who knew a lot of those people, and, worked with Wizards of the Coast, quite a bit. So I know it, but, like, it's just something that I never did as part of my gaming growing up. I went to a different path. I went more digital and less, board gaming. Tell us about you, Matteo, and, like, you growing up with Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, yeah, so probably, I don't know, whatever, somewhere between 10, 12, 13, whatever, somewhere around there. We used to play some board games, and we had more simple ones. And then whatever the case is, someone's like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons. They always say Dungeons and Dragons. You get the starter kit. And then when you really realize, like the one thing is, it's like, I don't know, as much as you want it to be, but like somewhere between 1 to 99% like theater. Like
Mhm.
you sitting around with your buddies making a collective story together. And you say, "Hey, I'm Steve the Mighty." And you get to think of a wacky character, and you could have quirks,
Yeah.
or you
So
could just be a badass, you know?
But
Like
did you like get all the way into it though? Like would you act it all out and like
I,
would you or
as a
would,
kid, no. Now, fuck yeah.
I had a die cast of my character, like a little.
Oh,
This is way before 3D
Oh.
printing.
let me get my character.
Nice. Yeah,
Right?
what's your
Yeah,
character?
dude, I was really
yeah.
into it.
So I know people that would actually like forget about acting it out. Like they would do the Dungeons and Dragons parties together, and they would go, they would go down and meet everybody, and they would go to like a basement, and they would sit down in the board game and then play. But they would actually cosplay during the whole entire thing. So it's not even just
You
they
put
had
on the
their own
accent
dice.
of your character. You
Oh,
talk like your
100%. No, but
character.
they're getting dressed up in like
Yeah, yeah.
armor and chainmail, and they would
I
sit
didn't do.
there.
I didn't do the armor and shit. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But you definitely,
I mean,
you definitely talk like him. You definitely put, embody your character. as you're playing.
I thought the camera would have followed me over there.
Oh,
Usually it does.
You went too fast.
I went too fast.
Yeah.
So were we just looking at Legos on the floor? My kid's been
We
building
were,
Legos.
yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, we're looking at your background.
All right, so this is like a big mock-up version of my
What was your
character.
character's name?
So there's a story behind that because he doesn't have a name.
Okay.
Okay, but he just
Does he
goes
got
in
a
a
symbol like
tirade.
Prince?
So this is
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the kind of
focus.
one I had. Yeah, that's what I had.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's a ton of detail in it, and you'd be able to see if the camera decided to focus, but it's not. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so like, I actually have a whole D&D set up right here with a
Do you really?
projector.
Can
Yeah.
we see?
We'll go slow. Go slow.
Yeah, go slow. We
Actually-
want to see this thing.
You want me to mic up so I could talk while I'm over there?
Yeah. Show us the
Alright.
whole thing, man. I mean, this is like I want people to know this wasn't just you younger playing D&D. You play it now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, now.
Like, do you play in person with anybody or just play online?
I do both. As of right now, all of my D&D games are canceled.
Wow,
So I'm
How
dying.
come? What's going on?
Our DM, our
Your dungeon master.
yes, our real life dungeon master had some personal stuff go down, and then
DMs are hard to replace, man. Especially if you're like, in the middle of
Yeah.
a campaign that's been going on for a month, and then
Yeah.
having to
Well,
and then
even
our
get a substitute DM for a night is like it can be frustrating. So
yeah, and then our other DM kind of just our online DM kind of just disappeared. This one working? This one?
Yeah, we
working?
hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
no, I don't hear that.
Oh no, wait. No,
No,
we're
no.
hearing your other mic still.
No, it's coming from your other mic.
No, but they come through the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
We somewhat hear you. He's
I
completely
static electricity shocked my camera and it
gonna
turned off.
And it died.
I swear to
All we
God,
see
it was
is
a
your
static
finger.
electricity shock and it stopped. Let me fix it.
You fix it. We're going to talk about Impact Labs a little bit. Todd, you put a link in for Impact Labs. Give everybody here. There's like 86 people watching live right now across all platforms. Let people know what Impact Labs is, how they join, what it's all about. While Matteo fixes his camera.
Yeah, while Matteo fixes his camera. So Impact Labs, this is our playtesting group at Impact Reality. We playtest games that are pre-patch, access, like early access, before they're released. It could be months, could be weeks. As a playtester, you get access to all these games and you get access to them for life. You have to provide feedback, surveys, you do bug reporting. As you're playtesting these games, you earn currency within our Impact Lab. These lab coins. With those lab coins, you can buy merch like these t-shirts, sweaters, water bottles, headsets, straps, all kinds of crap that you can buy from our little store. The more you play test, the more coins you earn. The better you play test, so the more detailed your feedback, the more coins you earn. And we have like 1,200 people in there. The community does.
It's like a community. It's like a place to go and hang out with other people and talk
we do
about gaming.
4 community events a week in VR chat, Among Us, poker nights on Fridays. We do multiplayer play sessions with all of the games that we were playtesting. Like it's just a crazy busy Discord.
And
everyone has so much fun.
Yeah, and here's one of the coolest things in the world. You get to be a part of the process of helping, create or at least make the games that you want to play better. Like that, the whole great thing about what Impact Labs is, it's there for developers to have someone play their game, give them feedback, and then they can take that feedback and make their games better. Like we always complain about like, oh, the developer came in, this game is not where it should be. How come they're not testing these things? At least we have some developers who are looking for feedback, and like you get to be a part of that. And sometimes, Matteo, not always, but sometimes you get your name in the credits of a game.
Yeah, we've had quite a few games, including Max Mustard. All of the names in the credits of Max Mustard are all Impact Labs playtesters.
I am actually in the credits for just recently for VR Kung Fu. Dragon Fist, VR Kung Fu.
Oh, Dragon Fist. Yeah, I know Dragon Fist. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm one of the new characters.
Yeah, he's
really.
Yeah,
you got your own character. You're like a kung fu guy.
Yeah, I'm Arashi, the Lord of Storms.
Shocking! Exactly who I thought you would be.
Yes. I put a little reverb in my voice.
Oh yeah. You can just do like this.
I'm Arashi, Lord of Storms. I'm Genghis. Yeah.
But I am.
Oh man. All right, let's see your D&D setup here now.
We can't hear you, but we can kind of see you. No. I can hear you off your other mic.
I thought we could hear
That's so weird because I hear it coming back into my headset.
It's probably not a channel, and you got channel muted. And
we can hear him a little
anyway.
bit.
Probably have a channel muted.
I think we can hear
on the Go XLR because I hear this come in. I will have to look into that. This is a new setup.
All right, let's see the
anyway.
camera.
I'm not walking over there because the camera keeps losing me.
Just turn the camera and let's have a look at the table. The table's pretty cool.
Oh, he fucking killed his camera again.
He gets up.
Holy shit. Okay, I've just decided that Matteo's new studio is kind of like, I don't know. Did you go to Kmart?
Oh, no. I've been dealing with static electricity down here. It's horrible.
There you go. Go back.
All right.
Hey, I'm over here, jackass.
Oh, these cameras are amazing. I love these things.
Yeah, no, it's static electricity shocked. I mean, it's so bad. It got me like 3 times.
Wow.
And every time I shock it, it shuts off.
All right. Well, describe what your table looks like.
So I have a mini projector in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Really?
And it projects down onto the table.
A board.
So yeah, it projects a board.
That's cool.
So like you have your dungeon master. My dude would actually make all his maps. So he gets to make it and it digitally projects down, and then we use the figures on top of that. So it's a full setup for that. The DM's got his own hidden screen, his own, little keyboard mouse setup. So we turn stuff on. There's also a TV over here. So like if he wants to say, like he has a picture of what the character looks like, he throws it up on the TV. So yeah, I set that all up to make his job easier, to make our experience better. And yeah, it was just how we played. It got pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's way more high tech than I've ever played. It's always been paper and pencils and maybe a map, maybe.
You guys are such dorks. I would Techno Glitch in chat says I was just a lame Risk player, and that's what I played. You want to talk about like we used to get some classic, like heavy duty, like hardcore Risk game. I loved Risk.
The problem with Risk though is once everyone knew the rules, there was only like 3 strategies.
Yeah.
So you kind of knew it's like tic-tac-toe at that point.
Yeah. But when you get really good players, like I don't know, it changes a little bit. Like and it's harder. Like when you get a player that is good, they're harder to beat, and like it can go on for a long time. Like literally, it can go on for a long time. Turbo Man in chat says he's got his voice is in Dragon Fist. Did you know that?
It is. Yeah.
Who's that?
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. He's in chat. He said if you pick a character called Homura, his voice. Look at that.
Yep, that was a long time ago. That was like last summer, maybe Barrel, or even later than that.
Oh, I think that's the one I tried out for first. He must have took it from me.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I guess you're better than me.
So,
he has an amazing
is your character
voice.
Arashi just your voice, or was it like mapped after you?
No, it's just my voice.
Just your voice. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Does it have it's got your voice with your accent? Is he from New York?
No, hide the accent. I do like
you hide
do
the
like
accent.
do like
give us the little Arashi
Give
voice.
us a line. Give us a line.
Give us a little
do
Arashi voice.
a dubbed old school Chinese kung fu movie.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And I think like Arash, he's the Lord of Storms, or, you know, and it would just be like, you know, like shocking, and I'd like reverb on my voice, and it's like
Shocking.
like all stupid lines, like all like corny type of lines, like a villain that they're whatever their gimmick is, they gotta like loop it into all their words, like Arnold Schwarzenegger as when he was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
He had a corny line for everything. Like, freeze you later, Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay,
that's
now you
like
have to
the
do that.
whole direction.
Love it. Super cool. I mean, I love these things when we can get stuff in game. One of my coolest moments is I got to do a line in the in Pixel Rip 1978. The one that was, you know, based on Atari, and yeah, I got to do a line in there, you know, talking about Q2C VR Gamer. It was super cool, man. I was like, holy crap, I'm in a, you know, my voice is in a VR game, and it's based on, you know, Atari in that time, you know, so it was a super big thing for me. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Eric and I both just voiced. I think you voiced it too, didn't you?
I did the
With
animal thing.
With the living room. Yeah, the living room. Is that what it was called? I think it was
Living room. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Me and you did some voice acting for
We were
living room.
some of
I
the
haven't even
animal
heard it yet.
characters.
Have you
really?
heard it?
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't heard
yeah. It was a time campaign for one of their giveaways. They gave away a headset during that with our footage and stuff, and yeah, it was fun to do.
And Matteo, you in any other games like a voice or like a likeness? Or
I'm in a couple games actually. But the thing is, some of them are so old and don't get played anymore. There were two racing games. What was the first one that was just like Mario Kart? Dash.
No, Dash World.
Yeah, Dash.
Oh yeah.
So I have a car in Dash, and they were like, "Oh, you need a sound effect for your horn." so it's like I sent them this to see if they'd use it, and they used it. It was just me going, "Beep beep, get out of my way," and they used it as my horn
with the New York accent. I love it. That's so good.
That's awesome.
I think GT had something in there too, but it was like him swearing, like him, like "what the fuck" or something like that. Or, "Get out of my fucking way" or something bad.
And there was another racing game that I really liked, where you actually your hand was the car.
Oh, I know that when you're like racing the tubes, right? Like,
yeah.
I can't remember what was the name of that game.
I know, it's driving me nuts.
Did you have your own? Did you have, because I think Paradise Decay had one.
Yeah, I had my own car, and it had, you know, all my voice lines.
Yeah. I think like Rendered Reality, the guys from Rendered
There's a
Reality
bunch
had
of
their own
creators that
car.
had cars in that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a cool game, man. I liked it. Like, it just didn't last. Like,
Yeah.
they've made that company's made a couple of racing games though.
Yeah, it's almost like a Joyway thing, but even worse. They can never like fully follow through.
I know.
They just make a new racing game.
Did you try out that recent? Speaking of Joyway and racing games, did you try out Exo Cars or whatever?
Nope.
That was Joyway. I think Joyway published that actually, but
I think so. Yeah,
I heard it was good. I have not tried it myself.
It looked pretty good.
Todd, did you try it?
Really good. We yeah, it came through the lab and it was a hit. And yeah, it was very well done. Very well done.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm into these kind of racing games. Like, I can't wait till we finally get Flat Out there for people. It's gonna freak people
that's
out.
gonna be awesome.
We just don't have enough
before we
racing games, especially standalone. Like, I mean, PC VR, you got a whole, you got so Corsa, you got, PlayStation VR 2, you got, Gran Turismo, but like literally on Quest, there's just not that much out there that's that type of thing.
Well, I mean, one of the main aspects of racing games is, well, one is like really strict mechanics. Yeah, like, well, really just fun mechanics is but they got to be like realistic or whatever the case is. And then graphics. Those are like the two and it's not something the Quest really excels at.
No, I mean, look at Grid Legends, which I think is actually a decent game. Like, and Grid Legends on, or I think is it called Grid Legends on PC? I love
the same.
Like, I think it's great. Like, the flat version is a great game. I love the game, and the VR version is actually a good version of the game. It just looks like dog shit. Like,
oh my god, it's well,
unplayable.
And there's one thing you could like also complain about. Is the fact that when it released, they didn't have motion controls.
Right.
So how are you gonna have a VR game without motion controls? I understand maybe it just plays better, but how are you gonna have a VR game without motion controls?
You got to have it as an option at least.
It's just weird.
And it looked like pole position. Like literally it looked like 8-bit pole position and they did make it better. They upgraded the graphics after, but like literally when it launched, it was so bad.
Atrocious.
Like it was probably one of the worst looking VR games I've ever seen. And I'm like, how did they not do better with this?
It's like Hitman VR on Quest.
Oh, don't even get me started.
It's like, how do we get it to run? Turn textures off?
Yeah.
We don't need those, right? We don't need textures.
Turn those off. Yeah, we don't need those.
Make the draw distance 6 inches.
6 inches from your face. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
I mean, literally, I'm like, here's the problem with Hitman on Quest is like you can't wait a whole year to come out after the PC VR version and the PlayStation version and then be the worst version of all those games. Like you had a whole year of production over those games and you're the worst version of any of them. Like that's the problem. If that game had launched before if it had launched the way it was before PlayStation or even before Steam, at least people would have been like, holy shit, I can't believe they actually got this game in VR and on a standalone platform. But when you launch after, you have to be better than the other games that came out a year before you.
It was rough. It was so rough.
Before we forget here, I got to do this because I'm going to forget. We had a $5 super chat come in.
Oh, I missed it.
A little while ago from Arlen Kundert. And this is a good comment, and I agree with him completely. This is what XR needs. This is back to the D&D talk. More co-locate board games are so much easier to bring newbies into XR, especially classic games like D&D.
Yeah, I mean, co-location is D&D, like that's co-location classicness. Like if you can, the problem with co-location is like and it's getting better, but like how many people do you know in your backyard that are VR fans? Like I've got a few here now more than before, but like literally my whole VR family is all of you guys. Like there's nobody in my backyard that's a huge enough VR fan where we could just all get together, in one room and play VR. And I just don't know if we're there yet. Like I want to be, but Matteo, how about you? You got people in your community or your close friends that live close to you that are VR gamers that you can hang out with?
No, the closest thing is I met a guy in the gym and we got to talking and he found out what I did. And then I was like, you want to learn about VR? Come over. And then I showed him like everything VR. And then he bought a headset and I still talk to him every once in a while.
That's cool.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it is getting there. Like, and we'll probably kind of move over in this topic now because we're kind of heading down that road. And that is like, the state of VR for 2025. And like, before I get into like some of what's going on, I want to talk a little bit just about like where we're getting to with like the Quest 3S sales this holiday season, Quest 3 sales, Quest 3S sales, how well it's sold. And then like we are getting closer to the point of mass adoption to where you are going to start seeing many people in your backyard be VR gamers or VR game users. But guys, I currently think right now we're going to see the most amount of people be 18 or younger in that headset.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like, if you're in an age group of 18 or younger right now, you have a better chance of your friends who are living near you or with you having a VR headset than somebody my age or Todd's age or Matteo's age. Because I believe the virtual reality now more than ever is becoming a younger person's norm. Like for me in 3 years, there will be no other gaming than virtual reality for younger people. And it will be an everyday normal thing where for a lot of us, it's still an odd thing, or a lot of people our age, they're just like we have become enamored with VR, right? Like us. But like most of the people that are my family or my friends, they look at me like, what? Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Get paid?
Right. But Matteo, I mean, what do you like? Yeah. Oh my God, they're so funny. Like, what do you do? I like my mother-in-law. She's like, I don't understand. She's like, I love you, and like, yeah, I want to support you, and it's amazing what you're doing. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. She's like, I don't understand what you're doing. I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to. But yeah. So what I'm saying though is, if you're growing up in that younger age group right now, if you're that 10 to 18 or even 10 to like, in your early 20s, I believe that as you get older, the virtual reality will be a norm to where your friends will all have headsets, and it'll be something that you can co-locate and do stuff like that with. Where we just don't have that currently right now for our age group. What do you guys think?
Well, you're definitely right. They're targeting a younger audience. Got to get them nice and indoctrinated early. But you want to wrap them into the ecosystem as early as possible. Yeah, definitely. But younger people are also just much more accepting of new technology. I couldn't get my mom to put on the headset. And she was just like, "No, I'm claustrophobic," and I'm like, "You're still gonna be in the same room, so you don't have to worry about being confined. And also,
Right.
when you put this on, it's gonna look like you're somewhere even bigger than the room you're in." I could not get her to put the headset on. So
That's crazy. My experience was a little bit different with my dad. Like, he's been obviously watching me do this and do the podcast for years, and never really got VR. Like, he's tried it, and then probably September, October, some friends of his, and my dad's almost 80, and some friends of his were talking about getting a VR headset to watch, like 360 YouTube videos, and not to play games, but just to do other world experiences and stuff. So he's like, "Can you show them some of your stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So they all came over here for dinner one night, and I took headsets upstairs, all the Quest headsets, and they were absolutely blown away, to the point now where they all bought one. My dad even bought one, and now weekly I play golf with my dad in Golf Plus every week.
That's
we play
great.
nine holes. Yeah, it's been
That is
so
pretty
much
cool.
fun. I even actually sent Ryan
Yeah,
from Golf
I-
Plus a thank you. Like, not like he didn't give me the game. I
Nice.
paid for the game, but just to make the game. Like, I sent him a note, explained the whole thing.
Yeah.
He sent me one back. He's like, "Dude, you're gonna make me cry. I love these kind of stories."
I
I'm like,
I did the same
"It's just
thing
so
when
cool."
I played through Moss. I immediately
really?
messaged them
Yeah.
and said that was like a breathtaking experience.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for making that.
They don't hear that.
Those moments in virtual reality that touch you like that can be
Yeah.
super powerful. Like, I mean, and I just don't have those. Like, I would never have that thought playing a flat game. Like, oh, I'm gonna go message EA
How
and
much I
tell
love
them how
Call of
much
Duty? No, it
this
never
game
happened.
meant to me. Yeah. But again, for in VR, there's so many profound moments that can have those effects. And like, it's weird that I'm hearing, you talk about your dad, Matteo, you talking about other people, like, who I was talking to Alex VR recently, and he said his dad got his dad a VR headset, or his dad got a VR headset, and his dad, he went and started playing walkabout mini golf with his dad, and now his dad like plays every course, has every ball, went and found every ball, went and found every club, did all the what do they call it, the fox hunt to find all the shit that's in there. Found some kind of secret hidden room. Did you guys know about this? That in the clubhouse, in the opening area where you have the little clubhouse where you grab your club from, you can spawn inside there, and there's a trap door that you can go down and underneath, and there's
Not
like a whole room. Yeah.
I had no idea.
You gotta go check it. And Alex didn't know either, and I didn't know it was there. And his dad found it, and like and his dad was like, "This is the coolest thing ever! I found this thing." Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Oh shit!
I'm thrown off the show, guys. I
It's all
apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
I apologize to the
You're all
audience,
good,
not
man.
you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think this is the best thing ever. But yeah, I mean, I think that's super cool. Like, when you can do something like that with like, and you're hearing more and more of those stories of like, I'm doing this for my dad, or I'm doing this for my mom, or I'm playing like, 11 table tennis, or walkabout mini golf, or some kind of cool experience. And then that person brought it to a different level, and they're doing their own thing, and they're doing like, they're playing all their own stuff now, and just like, it's not just about me and them getting in there. Now they're wanting to do more shit. So I definitely think we're getting to a closer spot for that,
Yeah,
which is cool.
I agree completely. I can tell by
Yeah.
Matteo's smile that he too agrees.
100%.
Yeah, he does. Look at him. Look at him. He does.
I'm just happy, man. I'm
You are.
I'm
You're
happy to be here.
It's been a
I'm
while.
happy to see the industry grow.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that, and then we're not going to go too long tonight because I want to make sure that we kind of hit on a couple of these things. I want to talk about the state of VR for 2025 because this is not based off just virtual reality. The state of gaming in itself is just
Weird.
it's been in a very weird spot for
Yeah.
over a year. Like you've seen like if you want to talk about layoffs, like we'll get into layoffs in a minute, but if you want to talk about layoffs, we've seen way more layoffs on the flat gaming side than we have on the VR side. But every time we get a couple of layoffs, and VR is dead. Do you know how many hundreds and thousands of people have been laid off? How many companies have closed on traditional gaming and consoles right now?
You know,
There's been quadruple the number than there are in VR.
Shell Games has never had to lay anybody off.
It's pretty amazing, man. That's a lot of good decisions.
I think it was like in the last 12 years or something. Something very long.
That's long.
Yeah.
That's long. Yeah. Good for them.
I mean, you have huge companies that in traditional gaming that have gone under this past year or 2 years, or have like cut staff by 500, 600, 1,000 people. And then like you're wondering like what, and then you never hear like, oh, gaming is dead.
Yeah.
We don't come out and go console gaming is dead. We EA just laid off 500 people, or
lays off
Epic
500 people
Games.
a day, and then they just rehire a bunch of cheaper people.
Bunch of cheaper people. That's right.
Yeah. My buddy worked for EA, so it's like you're always on a project. So like they'll just hire you and be like, "You're here 6 months. Like it, take it or leave it, and we're gonna really just grind you to the ground."
Yeah, and this not to say that there isn't a weird space right now.
Yeah.
It's a weird gaming in general is in a weird space. It's been in a weird space for a long time. It's just it's a microcosm inside the VR world because there's only so many big companies here that we have, and when we see one like Fast Travel Games who come out and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna have to lay off 30 people, and so we can make sure that we stay open. It hurts, right? Or if we see a studio close, or if we see a studio downsize, or End Dreams just basically stated that they're actually closing a couple of their studios, and they kind of morphed them into another. End Dreams has like 4 different studios under the End Dreams tag, and they closed 2 of them and kind of morphed into one new one. But it looks like it's a little bit of a downsizing and a little bit of a change. But so when we see these things, we all want to go, oh my God, we want to hit the panic button and go, what's going on? VR is, I hear it like every day. I'm like, guys, I don't know. I don't know where you are on this, Todd. I haven't asked you, and I don't know where you are on this either, Matteo. To me, do I think VR gaming is going anywhere? Absolutely not. It's too big now. There's too many things going on. It's too almost impossible to go backwards at this point. Do I think that it's in a transition and we're in a bit of a weird, again, a little bit of a weird time where we don't even know what people want to play, and I think some players don't even know what they want to play. That I think is where we're in. Where's your take on this?
Mine? Matteo, you go first.
All right. So I mean, again, I agree with a lot of what you're saying and where you're coming from here. I mean, I think VR gaming is pretty much here to stay. I think at this point, third party alone could kind of keep afloat the games. I mean, because we saw a lot of good third party games this year. Rogue Incursion and Metro and Behemoth. And so, I mean, I think those studios that have survived this long are good enough to keep it going. I am, however, concerned that we're going to see a lot less effort from Meta and Oculus Studios because they're moving more towards their wearables, the more mainstream appeal, the get the user data and more retention type of products. So I think like their studios that we haven't seen anything do well, the studios that we haven't seen do anything from them in a while, like Big Box, they've been quiet for a while, and also Twisted Pixel. We haven't heard anything from them since they've been acquired. So I think we'll probably get 2 good bangers from those studios, but then I don't see, in the long run, Oculus Studios pushing as hard as something like Batman, funding Batman.
I think first party stuff is definitely going to be very
Yeah.
thin. We are seeing some really good quality third party stuff though. So thank God that that runs it. And for me, I've talked about this with PlayStation. I don't think you can have a healthy ecosystem if you rely on everything first party.
Yeah.
Like literally, you will die if you're not relying on your third party to help you grow and manage your ecosystem. There just won't be enough there. You need more games, and you need, and we'll talk about that in a second. Is like what the type of games. But Todd, what do
It's
you
not
think
just that
about
too. I
this?
think third party developers kind of bring the price into check. If every game was Arkham and $55 in VR, we would hear nonstop bitching about how expensive VR games are, and we already hear it. And most games are $10. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
when it comes to Steam games and PC VR games, people are okay with spending $80. Like Call of Duty cost me $90, but I didn't bat an eye because I love that game. But $90 for a VR game, most people would have a heart attack if they had to play that, regardless if it was a PC VR banger title.
Yeah.
I think these
Yeah.
third-party developers who are coming in with some awesome titles, things that we've never heard about, for $20, $15 is what's going to keep this thing alive. If it was just first party, and PlayStation is totally wrong if they think that's what's going to keep them afloat. It just won't work. No one's going to
Yeah.
want to pay the price. I think right now too we're experiencing a lot more shift to AR, and you know it's been happening over the last couple of years, but I think
Yep.
the focus is a little more heavy there, where people in the gaming industry are like, if we make regular VR games, are people going to be interested in it because the headsets are focusing on, oh my God, this is the best mixed reality ever. This is the best pass through ever. And my game doesn't take advantage of any of that crap. Am I missing the mark? Should I even
Yeah.
bother putting out that game? Should I wait and see if the AR glasses of next year are going to be priced where maybe I should be developing for that instead? Like there's so many things that developers need to budget check to see, you know, it doesn't take 6 months to make a game. It takes a year. It takes 18 months to make a game from scratch. And in 18 months from now, is it going to be glasses that we're playing games on?
Yeah.
I think
It's a
they need
weird
to-
market for
it's a
sure.
weird- it's a
It's
weird
definitely
time,
in
yeah.
a much bigger state of flux. And Meta, well, the whole leaked memo that I have a video coming out tomorrow, but Meta had a leaked memo talking about, their direction. And yeah, it's more mixed reality. It's
Yeah.
more wearables.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a shift.
Yeah, and look, yeah, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like there is a good space for both. Like, and I do believe you have to have, like, again, wearables is getting very close to where
Yeah.
we want to be, which is like, because the problem is with a headset, I don't want to fucking wear a headset, and nobody else
Yeah.
does either. Like that's like we do it because we push because we want to play virtual reality, but the mass market doesn't want to wear a headset. They want to wear glasses. They want to wear like goggles. Like I know, like we like nobody wants to wear a big headset. And even the word headset, it
Sounds
just
old.
sounds
Yeah.
heavy. Like and no, and look, and the problem is even the Quest 3S, it's a heavy headset still. It gets hot. It's still heavy. It's not where it needs to be. Wearables, smaller wearables are exactly where we want to be, and there will be a mix of, well, all of a sudden you're wearing like goggles or glasses, and then you'll move into virtual reality, augmented reality, whatever you want to call it, mixed reality, with a freaking touch of a button.
Or
Like,
voice command
tapping
or-
this, and all of a sudden your shades will black out.
There's
We've seen this already with
Yeah.
local dimming.
I mean, there's two like good ways to look at this. Two good potentials here. One, as like, these type of XR products become more mainstream, you just hope the industry itself gets bigger. So there's more money thrown around and it just trickles up. A little bit of hopes and dreams there, but it can happen. And then obviously the bigger hope, the more likely hope is that, eventually technology gets to the point where it's wearable form, but can give me an experience like a true headset. And when you get there, then you have these devices in so many people's hands. That's when you could say, hey, well, why aren't you using it for these games? Call of Duty in your glasses, whatever. That's some serious potential there. But
I
that
think
could also still be a pipe dream.
Yeah, I think that's what's giving this VR doom and gloom crap that we're seeing some creators do. VR is dead. And it's
Yeah.
because they're seeing these studios laying off people and some of these studios completely shutting down. But when you're in that state of flux and you don't understand what is going to be the new headset in 6 months or 18 months, what do you do with all that staff? Like,
Yeah.
you can't keep them on staff
know.
if you're
Yeah.
not actively developing a game for the headset you know nothing about. So I get it. Like in 6 months, it's going to be a rehire. It's going to be, at least I hope, right? Like, I don't know. I think that's the state.
I mean, the people that have to lay off people, it could be for, tons of different reasons. It doesn't necessarily reflect the industry. Like, if every studio is laying off people, that's scary. But if it's one or two big studios, that stuff happens. They mismanage money, or they invest, they're publishers. They invest in a game that doesn't end up being as successful. They kind of, they hedge their bet, said, oh, I think this game will make us a profit. This game. Maybe they lost on a couple of those bets. That at the end of the day, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's nothing different. I think a lot of these people saying doom and gloom, one, haven't been here long enough. And I think two, some of them are just like jump on a bandwagon, to trigger people, or to, get their rage baiting.
Yep.
Get their click.
Yeah, so they just jump in. No, it's dead. Or some of them never really liked it, and we're just again, they were on the upward trajectory of it.
Yeah, many of them will jump on because it's like a bandwagon thing. And guess what? If they jumped on early enough, it was easy because there was it was new and there wasn't a lot of creators in the space. So it was like, oh, I could just jump on this. And they weren't here for what it is or the passion of it. They were here for what they could get, what they could get out of it, like a quick hit. And then now that they've used up what they can use up, then they're done and they want to go, which is fine. You know what I mean? For me, that just, bring more people in the space that want to do it because they're passionate about it and they really want to see this do well. Like Skiva, who's in chat. What's up, dude? How are you doing? He says, wow, look at these. I thought Bridger Smith said something that was interesting. He said, I think meta taking a step back will be good in the long run. Developers will have to be more intentional and push themselves a new way. If you're getting a handout for most of your projects, the stakes aren't as high. Here's the thing. If you believe that you're in a spot where you need to spend all this development money, millions and millions of dollars, and then you don't have that money on your own to produce, and you require someone else to fund that money for you, that is probably a flawed business model. Like, if you don't have the ability to do it on your own in any way, and you rely on another company to do that for you,
it's a tough situation
you're in
because
trouble.
And that's very much what the indie game industry historically was. Like, what immediately came to mind when you said this was company Gas Powered Games, which you guys probably recognize the name because we're old. But and they were an indie studio, and they had banger title after banger title after banger title. Like, they weren't these big name games that one of them was turned into a movie with Jason Statham, but whatever, that's doesn't matter. Anyway, they were very successful games. Like, they'd have a $5 million budget, they make $15 million. One of their bigger games, I think, was funded by Microsoft. But even though they were a studio that had 4 successful games, back to back, every time a game was done, they had to find funding. They had to find funding, and if they didn't, they had to shut down. That's it, and the story for them, and that's what eventually happened, pretty much.
Yeah, and you look, again, everybody's like, "Oh, fast travel just laid 30 people off." Guess what? Fast travel's still here. Is it sad that they laid those 30 people off? 100%. Some of my best friends, some people I've known in the industry for years, just lost their job. So am I like, holy crap, that's terrible? Yes. But fast travel is doing what they need to do to survive, so they're still here tomorrow, so they can do something in this industry tomorrow. It would be easy just to close up shop and go, you know what? That's it. We're going to be done. We're going to go do flat games. The VR is not the easy path, right? Like, most of these studios could probably figure out to do something else. They go mobile, they go console, they go PC, figure something else out, take the cheaper, easier path. Most of them that are here are doing it now because, number one, either they started it and now they don't know how to get themselves out of it, or number two, they're here because they want to see it grow. And they want to be on board for the entire thing. But for me, I'm going to give fast travel and dreams. Any company out there or studio out there right now that is pivoting, that is doing what they need to do to survive in this market, I'm I'm going to give them a round of applause. You know, because they're still here. They're still trying. They're still figuring out. There you go. Figuring out how they can be here tomorrow, because that's the main thing. You have to get through these ups and downs. Like you have to get through the downs so you can be there for the ups. So they're figuring out what they can do to be here for tomorrow. That's the main thing. You know, so we're going to see companies go. We are. That's going to happen. But hopefully we'll see some new ones come in, and every company right now that's doing VR games has to be adaptable. You need to be adaptable.
Well, look, we thought Servios was gone.
100%. They had one of the best games I played last year.
Yeah.
And I know they did really well. They did well. They did very well.
Yeah.
I think they're very happy.
It could have been a better release for sure. I think Servio struggles with optimization. I think they always have. I think that's why they don't produce a ton of titles on Quest. Like they only took like 1 or 2 of their games. This is maybe the second game to Quest. So I think that's why we see that. I think that's definitely where they suffer. But no, ultimately they take some, really good IPs and have delivered on them.
Yeah, and they have. And look, it's a tricky, slippery slope when you do these things because, we talked about this, Todd. Who was it? Like Game Rant, who gave them a 4 out of 10 because it wasn't Alien Isolation, basically.
I saw that in the intro. I was like, who said it? Who was asking about Alien Isolation? I didn't know who it was.
It was such a stupid thing because, but those are the things that you get when you go get an IP. You're like, well, why didn't they give me, this other thing? And that's not what they gave you. They gave you something different, and it's okay to give you something different as long as that different is good.
And every big title comes out gets like crazy hate. Like people have quadruple A expectations in VR. But that game got a lot of heat, not for any of the reasons it deserved heat. Like it deserved heat for, it had PC issues. Delay the PC version. I know the QA for PCs atrocious.
Oh, it's terrible. There is no QA.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, there's
but like it definitely had some PC problems for sure. You gotta get that straightened out.
To delay a launch on Steam than it is on Meta, so they could have delayed PC.
Yeah, it's a tricky scenario, but I don't know better than them.
Right.
I probably don't know because I don't live it.
Exactly.
Yep. No, and this is one of the things that I think we'll close out with. I want to talk a little bit about like what gamers want to play and where we think we're going with games, and because we're seeing a lot of these free-to-play games that are doing well, and we're seeing some premium games that are not doing so well. But let's talk traditional gaming for a minute. Like we just saw Concord be probably one of the worst launches ever. I mean, like millions and millions of dollars spent on Concord for them to shut down in days, and basically just say we can't even fix this game to get it to where anybody would give a fuck about it. So we're just ready to give up, and we're just going to dump it and be done. And to me, so everybody right now is all like, oh, free to play. It's not just about free to play, because if it was about free to play, Conquer would be fine. Like you can't give me live service games constantly. Like, and eventually the players that are all playing free to play stuff right now want something deeper. So that every Gorilla Tag player that you have right now, or Yeeps player or whatever, eventually, guess what? They get tired of that shit. And then they want something deeper, and then they want an experience. They want an adventure. They want something. And that's what you're seeing with traditional gaming right now. Why it's in a weird spot is because everybody jumped on this live service Call of Duty, format where you're basically don't give me any substance. Give me, just a different map. Just give me different Fortnite. Just give me different this. And there's only so much room for those games, and everything can't be that way. And I think Sony and themselves got into a weird spot with it.
I'm with you 90% of the way. Like, Marvel Rivals came out and showed that if it's a good live service, we'll take it. Like,
That's true. That one did well.
Yeah, so like, but exactly what you said. We're looking for depth. We're looking for, robust mechanics. We're looking for the real deal. When a lot of these big studios have just been like milking the player base for so long that they spend 40% of the development just figuring out how to put more ways in to milk the gamer.
Yeah.
So
it's all
like,
about how to get more money out of you.
Yeah, how to get more money out of you. It's ridiculous. And with all these huge publishers in control and, stockholders expecting bigger and bigger things each year, we're going to suck more money out of the player each year, it's hit its peak. We got nothing left. So like that's when things explode. But Concord is a whole nother story. Like Concord is just, I read a whole thing on it that they said it suffered from toxic positivity, meaning like, well, they thought when they acquired the studio for that game specifically, they had the hottest thing ever, and they thought they acquired the hottest team ever, and anything they said was gold, and just everyone like turned into a yes man. Like, yep, you got it. Yes, yes, yes. And they let them go in a terrible direction.
This can be one of the worst things in the world, and it's the hardest. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to avoid, because you want to be like, especially when you're building a game, like you want to be super positive, right? Like, because again, everybody being toxic and negative can absolutely sink a studio too. But if you have nobody looking and giving you real feedback of saying like this, there's issues here. We need to look at this. We need to fix this. Here's a problem. Here's this problem. Here's that problem. If you don't have that and everybody's like sunshine and roses, everything's going to be great. Nobody's telling you anything you really need to know. That can absolutely destroy a company or destroy a game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You need to have the good feedback.
Yeah. And I've seen it like 50 times in the comments, and this is never something that like I really bite at, but the whole games are woke now. So listen, I don't buy into the whole, everything's woke, blah, blah, blah. But I think this isn't the developers wanting to make woke games. All of a sudden, every developer wants to be more inclusive in their game, whatever. No, I think, it's the top players, it's the publishers had an agenda and said, there's a market we haven't tapped. And then they push these studios to put certain things into their games to try and attract these people. But you're artificially, like, you're breaking up the art, just like as all the microtransactions cut into the actual making of the game. Like now you're cutting into everything, the whole essence of the title, by just shoehorning in a social issue. And I think we've seen that in both TV and games recently. Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, and like what we just talked about a minute ago, like, you saw in that meta leaked blog to developers, and basically what Samantha Ryan said in that blog was, we have seen that free to play is a good business model for us, because again, I think of the younger casual gamer currently right now.
Right.
But she also said right after that that doesn't mean that we think premium games are no longer going to do well, or that we should completely give up on premium games, because that's not the case. I believe, and then she's saying it here too, that there is a place for both of them here, but we have to get the good premium games that people want to play. So like, again, if I just give you a premium game, but it's a ghost of a real game, or it's not deep, or it's just not good, or the mechanics suck, or it's like, hey, I don't care, it's in VR, that's not cutting it anymore. We need good premium games. We need more Batman. And like, I'm not saying we got to spend $30 million to make a game, but we got to make good quality games that people want to play. Yeah. And again, I think we can find that mix of, yes, the younger new player will be in the headset for those free-to-play games, for Gorilla Tag or whatever they want to play. But what do they want to play tomorrow? What do they want to play 6 months from now? What do they want to play a year from now, when they're like, you know what? Gorilla Tag was fun for me for a year. I'm a little bit older now. Now I want to play something that's more deep. Yeah. I want to go find The Last of Us. Where do I go find that? I mean, it's out here. It's staring us in the face. Oh shit! I just lost the name of the game. Into the Radius. Right. Just had an article up that they just sold over 850,000 copies or something like that for the through Steam, Quest, and PlayStation. That is a freaking win, man.
Yeah, that's crazy good. 850,000 copies. Yeah, that's crazy.
If we give people good games, they will want to buy them.
Build them and they will come.
But we have to give them good games. And we have to give them games that they want to play.
Yeah, Into the Radius is another one of those. It's so funny because I'm talking about all these topics in tomorrow's video.
Are you really?
Yeah, Into the Radius is one of those games that is definitely like it's a labor of love. It was a passion project. It was developed with a lot of feedback from the community. It's one of those things. It wasn't like there was no publisher with the gun to your head. This game has to be out now. We need to start making our money back. So when you see that happen, a lot of times you get, it. Sometimes the project goes on forever, ever, and never ends. But other times you get finally lands, it finally delivers, and you get games like Vertigo and Vertigo 2, Vertigo Remastered, Into the Radius, and even Boneworks.
Yeah.
Boneworks was labor of love. They wanted to do crazy
Red
new
Matter.
physics stuff.
Red Matter 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, those guys are great.
Banger game.
You
Right.
talk to those guys, and they are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're out there, and that's why I believe that Meta is not Meta sees that free to play is definitely viable now. In Meta and other developers, that's what you're going to see. But you can't just puke out anything again free to play, because there's 400 Gorilla Tag clones in the store. It's
That's another
ridiculous,
thing, right? Yeah, we've seen a couple comments from people in chat that the store itself is in a state of chaos.
Yeah, look,
Which
and
doesn't
right, and here's the deal: Meta knows that they made a mistake. And to be fair, we all called for this mistake, by the way. Okay, we've been asking them to figure out App Lab for years.
Yeah.
And what do? They're like, okay, you know what? We're going to get rid of App Lab. But the problem is it didn't exactly fix the problem. It actually made a problem worse. But I don't think it was exactly their fault. They didn't know that they didn't know that this was going to happen, and that we would see an influx of so many games, and that there would be no visibility now for anybody. It's not even just that the App Lab has no visibility. The median game has no visibility anymore.
When you log into the app on your phone, you do not see the store. You have to find the tiny little store icon. The store should be the front and center thing, not Horizon Worlds. It should be the store.
I question the rhyme and reason around how and when they move things. I guess we probably are the guinea pigs.
We're A/B testing constantly.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
For sure.
Because I think, they're tracking all our data. Oh, we moved it here. They clicked the store 40% more. That's where the button's going. Honestly, I don't know what's going on because the interface changes way too much.
No,
that's
it does.
exactly why they're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the store needs to be fixed. And I do believe they know that. I think they know that they need to figure something out for, more of a structured early access thing. You know what I mean? We're never going to see App Lab again. Okay, that's not coming back. But I think we can see
an early
something
access
that'll be
searchable term would be convenient.
I think we'll see something that's going to be close. We're close. I think they're going to have something that's going to be somewhat like App Lab, and because they know they have to fix it in some way. And I do think we'll see some fixes to the store. Again, look at PlayStation. PlayStation's got one of the shittiest stores. PlayStation PSVR has one of the shittiest stores there is. I don't know why it's so hard to get these stores right, but literally, Steam VR is not great, but at least it's better. I don't know. None of them are great. We just need a better store in general.
But do you remember back in the day when they cared about the content that was on there? They used to be really strict, and developers would be pulling out their hair. Why know me on the store?
Right. No, and right. We all called for that, right? We all killed Meta for why is this App Lab? How come this game is in App Lab hell and it can't make it out? Right. And then they're like, okay, everybody's out. But that wasn't the fix. That's not, and I don't think that's what we asked for either. Literally, I think they kind of went overboard on one way, and but I think they know that. I do think that Rabkin leaving could be, I don't know. I'm curious to see what that means.
Mixed bag of emotions right there. I enjoyed him there. We had a good fireside chat at Connect, and we got some one-on-one time with him as well, answered some great questions. But it could open the doors for a whole new world of things that are coming to the meta world, right? He was, I can't remember his exact title, but something with Horizon, right?
Yeah. Oh, Rabkin? He was in charge of the whole entire store. That's what he did. That's where he.
Yeah, but it was Horizon OS.
Yeah, it was the
Everything,
operating their operating system. Yeah, but mainly a lot of the stuff that we're seeing today was a lot of things that he put in place or he decided to do. And we're going to see a different. We're going to see a different run. If Samantha Ryan's been in here for a year now, we'll see how she takes how she brings us through 2025. Here's my bottom line with this, and I think we all kind of agree with the same thing. We're not going anywhere. VR is VR in a weird spot? Yes, it is. Are we going to see some changes? Yes, we are. Our studio is going to close? Yes, they are. There are some studios that are going to have to pivot and change, do things differently. But I definitely think that we are not going anywhere. I think we're going to see some amazing games. We already seen Arcanage already come out for 2025. One of the best games I've played ever. Pop, bam, right there at the beginning. Flat to be our studios has some freaking kick-ass games that'll be coming this year. Trust me.
Give me the secret info.
Mm.
I don't spill.
Deal.
It's just the three of us. Nobody's gonna hear anything. Yeah.
I tell you this.
Well, you could type it to me.
Tell you this. Come to GDC. I'll give you the secret tour of all the
I'll
games
be
we
there.
got planned.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
I'll see you there.
Yep. I'll say that right now. Any content creator, any media out there, if you want to see what Flat to be our studios is cooking, come to GDC. Hit me up. Guys, this has been an awesome show. Matteo, thank you for coming on and doing this. I think I love when you're here. I just love hanging and talking to you in general, but I love when you're here and we get to talk some VR for a couple hours, and you just seem super chill and like relaxed right now.
Yep, I'm chill.
Look at you, bro. You like seem
I'm
so
trying to. You're just sinking
chill,
in my
bro?
chair a little bit.
Yeah, you're thinking in your chair a little more and more and more. Yeah.
You
Oh,
gotta chill in life, you know. You gotta sometimes don't take it too seriously. You learn to appreciate different things as you get older.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I agree. 100%.
Totally. 100%.
Todd, show next week. I don't know. I think I am going to be out of town next week, so I don't think no show Thursday. Maybe we do a show Friday next week. Thursday, I'm going to be at Dice Summit in Vegas coming up.
Next Friday is Valentine's Day. There's no way in hell I'm doing a show.
Well, I'm definitely doing a show. No, I'm just kidding. I would be dead right now.
Right.
All right. No show next week. We'll figure something out for the week after, hopefully, and we'll have a kick-ass show. And Matteo, anything coming up for you? You got an episode coming out tomorrow. You're talking about a lot of them stuff we talked
Yeah, I'm
about.
going to be talking about, some of that leaked memo, expectations for the future,
Nice.
state of gaming, a lot of stuff we covered today.
I love it. Everybody go check out Matteo 311. Todd will put the link in the chat here for you guys to go and follow Matteo with some awesome shit coming out. And it's going to be a good year, guys. It's going to be a good year. We got some good things coming. We're ready to roll.
Good things coming from everybody.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. We have we had 88 people, I think, watching right now across platforms. So thanks for hanging out on a cool Thursday night, and we will catch you next time.
Definitely. Night, guys.
Play the music.